Hello. Right, in this video I want to talk about some common challenges that usually occur in your yoga practice. So whether you're new to yoga or you've been doing it for a long time, here's a few things that might sort of pop up during your time and also how to overcome them. Okay, the first one, a very simple one, is the inability to do or hold a pose or an asana. Now, it can happen at any day, at any time. Sometimes it might be that you were able to do something last week and then for some reason you can't do it this week. It's just sometimes our bodies don't respond the way that we want them to. So the trick with this one is to understand that progress isn't always linear, always going up in a straight line. Try and think of it as like a graph. It's going to be sort of up and down, up and down. You might have down days, up days, but as long as you're going in a relatively sort of progressive sort of line upwards, it's not going to be a complete straight line. It's going to be up and down and up and down. So there'll be multiple reasons of why your body's not responding the particular way that you want it to. Maybe it's your lack of sleep, or you haven't eaten well, or you're just mentally not in the right state. You might be dehydrated. So many different factors that might be why your body's not responding. So think about it this way. Try not to judge your body. Understand that you're there to do a yoga practice, as in practice being the key word there. So obviously the more you do something, the better you get at it. So just be patient, enjoy the process, and not every yoga practice has to go 100%. Right, also accept that there will always be someone there that can do it better than you. Now I put that into air quotes because I personally don't believe that you can be good at doing yoga or bad at doing yoga. Sometimes in your eyes, you might see sort of someone at the side of the class and think, oh, they're doing that better than me. So sometimes we'll go through life and we'll see people do things that we think they're doing that better than us. But also remember, there might be things that you can do better than them. Just remember that constantly comparing yourself to other people will obviously lead to like frustration, self-doubt. So like I said before, your yoga practice isn't a static thing. As your life changes, your yoga practice will change. The reality is, the better you are at adapting to these changes or the flows of life, the more confident you'll be and the easier you'll find it. So wherever you are in life, like on or off the mat, concentrate on what you can control, your controllables. One of my favorite quotes is, comparison is the thief of joy. If you're constantly comparing yourself to other people or looking at someone else's practice and thinking they're doing it better than me, you'll never be happy. Okay, another one is looking at your thoughts and then thinking that you're saying, am I doing this right? Again, like I said before, I don't think that you can be good at yoga or bad at yoga, but sometimes when we're doing something, we're constantly thinking, oh, is this right? Am I doing it the right way? So you'll notice, like day to day, sometimes your mind can kind of play tricks on you, or sometimes your inner voice can be quite judgmental. So don't forget, if you're in a yoga class and let's say there's 10, 12 people in the class and the instructor's telling you to do a particular pose, don't forget everyone will be trying to do that pose, but they all might look a little bit different in a sense of everyone's sort of body shapes, body sizes, their anatomy, their physical limitations on their flexibility. But they're all doing the same pose, but some of them might look very different. So try not to think of things as, does this look right? Try and think of it more of, does this feel right? So the yoga teacher will be telling you, we're going to get into this pose and it can really help target the hamstrings or the lower back or, our side body. So as long as you're feeling it in those positions, then yes, you're doing it right. Even though the person next to you might look completely different. And always remember, if you're unsure of anything, you can always ask the teacher. Honestly, teachers, we won't mind if you've got a million questions. We're here to help you. And the fourth one I always say is just try not to take yoga so seriously or take a yoga class that serious. Like if you fall over or you can't get into a certain position, don't worry about it. Don't stress. I always think we can learn a lot from kids, like when they're playing. So if a kid's doing like a handstand or a somersault and let's say they fall out of it, usually they'll laugh it off with their friends and then they'll not even judge it or consider it and they'll just go off and do the next thing. They'll jump off a wall or something. But for some reason, as we get into our adulthood, if we're trying to do a single leg standing balance and then we fall out, then we're all really frustrated by it. Try and keep a bit of playfulness in your practice. Remember, no one died, the economy didn't collapse, you're gonna be okay. So there's just a few things there for you to consider about some of the challenges that might come up in your yoga practice. So don't worry about your inability to do a pose. You'll get good days and you'll get bad days. Don't think of things as someone's doing it better than you. Yoga is a personal practice. You might have only been doing yoga for 2 weeks and you're sat next to someone that's been doing it for 2 years. They're gonna look different. Get out of your head in terms of, am I doing it right? It's what feels good to you. As long as what you're getting, what you need out from the pose, it's going to be right for you. And number 4, just relax, right? It's just a yoga class. Don't get so frustrated when you fall out of a pose or you just can't get into a position. Relax. I hope you like this video. Give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again.